Hey y'all, what's up? What is up? At Forward Gaming here again, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the football world again. This is going to be a breakdown pretty much of what's looking like it's going to be the writing on the wall for the Buccaneers. We'll get into that, but first, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment if you think any of my takes are wrong or stupid, or if you think that if you just want to laugh at my Bucs, I'll take that too. I deserve my L's this week. I may have been a little bit insufferable at work, and now I have COVID too. So, I mean, it is what it is. I deserve it. But go ahead and subscribe, comment, leave a like, please. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So to start off, we're going to get into a little quote from Gronk. He essentially said that he's going, if they were to ask him right now, at this current moment, if he would go another season, he says no. He doesn't feel up to it. He doesn't feel physically up to it. And, I mean, it's understandable. Boy cracked his ribs this year. I don't think people really understand, like, watching it in person, like, I was at that game, watching them go against the Rams the first time. And you could see as soon as he went up for the grab, caught it straight in the ribs. I saw the same thing happen actually to my brother when he was in middle school, and he ended up with lacerations on his ribs and liver. Luckily, didn't crack any, but he was in the hospital for like a week and a half almost afterwards, and that was hard to watch. It was hard to see. But he's good now. I mean, to crack your ribs and a punctured lung. I believe he punctured his lung too. It was something like that with Gronk. And with him knowing that this is more than 100% likely that it's going to be a rebuild season, I don't think he'd want to come back either. He's been through a lot. He, as we talked about in the last one, the Buccaneers are currently $13 million left in the salary cap. They still would have to re-sign Gronk, so he would probably go to another team anyways. Which means new people, new system, and probably not Tom Brady throwing him the ball. I get that. I mean, to go from having the single best quarterback who has ever lived to go to someone else to try and throw you the football, nah, I'm good. I'm good too. So, with that being the case, I do believe that Gronk is going to go ahead and stay gone for this one. There's no need for him to come back. He has proven himself time and time again that he is the single... I think he's the best catching and blocking tight end. There's tight ends that do one or the other. He can do both. And he did both his entire career. Reliable hands. Knew how to secure the ball. A big thing that I saw in the Chiefs and Bills game this last Sunday was when Travis Kelce got that big grab in the fourth to send it to OT. Or not the one that sent it to OT, to continue the drive in OT. Immediately grabs it, hold that bitch. Covered it up. Still kept moving forward though. Get those extra yards after catch. while making sure that you don't let that ball go. You are the single strong, like as far as strongest receivers out there, as a tight end, you are meant to be the powerhouse who does not let that bitch go. And he showed that. And that's what's going to make Kelsey great too. He is watching. And yeah, Gronk was the master of it. Consistently 100-yard game, 100-yard game, 100-yard game, 100-yard game, 100-yard game. Just because he knew how to secure that ball and just keep moving forward. That's all you have to do. Don't fumble, and your quarterback will love you. And you will get that ball. So, that is another huge hole in the Buccaneers that I don't think they'll ever be able to fill. Speaking of holes, wow. I just heard the pun. I literally just heard it. Wow. Don't just go past this. But to move on, there's another vacancy. We have a huge vacancy now at tight end. Another huge vacancy we have now is at coordinator, because Byron Leftwich, it's all but a wrap that he is signing now with the Jacksonville Jaguars to be their new head coach. I am honestly so happy for Byron Leftwich here. He has deserved that look. He is great. And a former Jacksonville QB himself. He has that history. That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Do what you need to do. And honestly, another black coach in the league, awesome. We were down to one. There was only one black head coach remaining at one point. Brian Flores, gone. Mike Tomlin was the only one who was left. I think we're going to end up getting a lot more. Todd Bowles, he's going to get his look. I do believe I just saw that the Vikings signed the Browns, I believe, defensive coordinator as their new general manager. Also a black man. For the culture. I'm very happy for that. Very happy for them. Very happy for the league. He is an amazing coach. Byron Leftwich has such a huge history with the league. He has seen everything. He's been through it all, seen it all. I think he's going to be a great fit there. And someone that Trevor Lawrence will be able to look for that guidance in the league and how to be a true NFL QB. Urban Meyer ran that franchise exactly how he ran in college. And you see now the difference and see how working with grown-ass men, you also have to be a grown-ass man to do so. You have to have that respect and earn that respect. That is the most important thing in anything in life, guys. Respect is key. If no one respects you, and if you don't earn that respect and you don't get that respect back, you will fail in whatever it is. That's the key. Major key. So, yeah. It is what it is with Byron Leftwich. Congratulations. Todd Bowles is probably going to be leaving as well. Which leaves, honestly, I don't know if Bruce Arians stays. Like, he said that he wants to stay, but he knows, guaranteed for sure, he's in a rebuild. He already said it himself. They are not in a rebuild, they are in a reload. But they're going to have to reload their defensive coordinator, their offensive coordinator, their tight end. I believe it's 22 out of the 53 positions on the roster are up for free agency. Not to mention who's probably going to want leave as well. And then, of course, you got possibly Tom Brady leaving and Gronk leaving. Now, I will say this. If Brady stays, I think everything changes in that scenario. If he decides that he wants to keep playing for the Buccaneers, God dang, I got hiccups. We have a very high possibility that Gronk will come back. BA comes back. A lot of those prospects that were probably leaving are going to stay. Playoff Leonard Fournette, JPP, and Ndamukong Suh. They're hungry for that title. I think they would come back. Now, if Bucs can afford them, who knows? And I think that's going to be the final nail in the Buccaneers' coffin right there. They just can't afford nobody. So, my team is dead! Dead! Oh well. I mean, let's go ahead and go to some other potential. Let's go. We're going to have to pause this. Okay, so let's talk about another. Going into vacancies, talking about coaching vacancies. There are a ton of holes right now across the league. Matt Nagy gone, potentially BA. And yesterday, we had the announcement that Sean Payton from the New Orleans Saints is gone. Whether he's going to potentially coach somewhere else or just straight up retire, he was a little vague on. So we'll see what ends up happening. But he's had a rough go of it this last year without Drew Brees. And I think that finally just broke him. He loses Jameis. Jameis was going to be the one to hold the torch. Even after he says, fuck her right in the pussy. We drafted Jameis Winston, man. I knew that crawfish bastard was going to screw us, and he did. He did. It would have been really interesting, honestly, to see how Marcus Mariota would have ended up working out with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just interesting to see. I don't even think it would have been good. It would have just been real interesting. But Jameis goes down this last year. Trevor Siemian comes in. Trash. Taysom Hill comes in. Trash. Ian Book comes in. Trash. 4 quarterbacks in one season after Drew Brees. I think that man just broke. Sean Payton was like, I can't do this, man. No. And not to mention, I didn't even know about this, but they are $70 million in the cap hole right now. Like, what? So there's nothing they can do. They are done as well. Finito. It's nada. And I don't know. The NFC South is going to be really, really interesting to look at next year. Matt Ryan actually might have his best chance at the conference championship this year. He's the only one that's remaining that has a decent shot. Panthers are still in shambles. Cam Newton has clearly not been Cam Newton. Saints, as I just said, they've lost everything. They get back Michael Thomas next year, but I don't even know if that helps. So it'll be interesting to see what Alvin Kamara does at that point too. Then, now you want to talk about someone who'd be a great grab anywhere? With the extra free cap space, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, getting Jordan Love in there with Alvin Kamara, give him an amazing safety release. That's actually a great move for the Packers. If Aaron Rodgers ends up not staying with the Packers and goes somewhere else, that's a world-class move right there. That's going to get them a solid base to at least to whatever comes in their future. Yeah, my Bucs are done too. The Falcons may be the team to beat next year in the NFC South. It's going to be extremely interesting to see. Well, it also depends on Matt Ryan himself, because I mean we've seen the master choke artists choke, and they are a doomed franchise. That 2020 season, I swear they were cursed, absolutely cursed. Every team came back to beat them. Everybody. It was honestly one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. But we'll see what ends. Well, I mean, another spot where a lot of they've really been investing in the city of Atlanta. I feel like they are on the cusp of being a real franchise championship winning city. Between the Braves, between the Hawks now on the come up, between the Falcons potentially having a shot this next year, I think they're on the right track. They're going to be very interesting to watch. Just watch out for the city entirely. Luda. But yeah. I don't have much else to say. As far as coaching vacancies go, I'll be in for a long day. Long day. It is what it is, though. But hope you guys have a good day. Love y'all. Stay safe. Peace.